Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. Another episode of the Journeyman Project, Pegasus Prime. And we are working for that total score of 500 points. We currently have 37. We just arrived at the TSA, so we're at work. And let's get to it. We last left off talking to all the talking heads. So if you missed that, hop on down in the comments and find the playlist, and we got you covered. So,
Gage, tell me honestly, you're really the only guy that works here, right?
Right? I mean, never see any other employees besides these video calls, and are they even real? This is the future. Anyway, when you walk in here, we can go to the right, or we can go to the left. I'm going to go to the left because, as an employee, I should know that this is where the command center is. We're not quite ready for the ready room, which is to the right. Ooh. So this is our office. Good times. We have to walk all the way around. We're going to have some videos to watch here. My goal is to make it through, hopefully, the first time travel, and then some.
So you finally decided to make it into work, and only 32 minutes late this time. Obviously you think TSA rules do not apply to you. Well, you are wrong. As of now, you're grounded. 1 week of review and data cleanup work in the command center, and you can start by reviewing TSA agent procedures, which you've obviously forgotten.
It's a funny way to have to go back and review the handbook, basically.
You're not one of those people who doesn't like to read directions, are you?
This stuff obviously could be skipped through quickly, but, you know, for the full flavor, for the full points, we're going to make sure we click on everything. First off, what's the theory of the TSA operations?
The simplest analogy for the theory of time travel is that of a tunnel in time. When someone travels through time, a tunnel is created, which originates when the travel is begun and ends when the traveler lands. If some event in the past is altered, the theory states a rip occurs in the fabric of time, which gives rise to a temporal chain reaction. This chain reaction takes the form of a reality distortion wave. It could take anywhere from a few seconds to several hours to reach the present. Of those who aren't uncreated when the distortion wave hits, many will suddenly have a new life, and the past as we know it will cease to exist. Traveling back in time before the distortion wave hits allows an agent to jump over the distortion wave and escape its effects. As a member of the Temporal Protectorate, you alone will have the ability to jump back in time and prevent the corruption from ever happening. To ensure that it doesn't happen again, you'll have to discover the source of this disruption and bring it to a halt. One main caution exists. When time jumping, never allow the energy level that sustains the temporal link between yourself and the Pegasus device to be depleted, for integrity failure of this conduit will end any possibility of returning to the present.
Dang. Okay, so our energy bar is on the top right. What I got from that is we are on the lookout for variances in time so we can go back and change it because, you know, if we don't get uncreated. That was kind of intense. So as long as we go further back in time and then prevent whatever's happening. So what's the procedure?
In the event that it becomes necessary to restore the proper course of history, the procedure is as follows. As quickly as possible, get to the ready room and retrieve your assigned mapping and Pegasus biochips and the Journeyman key from their storage containers. The Pegasus biochip is your link to Pegasus. It is what allows you to be pulled back to the present at the touch of a button. Next, enter the biosupport suit generator. The biosupport suit is an indispensable element of the time travel process and is essential for your protection. After you're outfitted for travel and before the reality distortion wave reaches the present, you must jump to the year 200 million BC.
Whoa.
Upon arriving, use the Journeyman key to open the storage vault and obtain the Journeyman historical log. Since it exists at a point in time previous to any likely temporal changes, this disk serves as a source of unaltered historical information.
Oh, interesting.
To discover how history has been changed, return to the Temporal Security Annex and insert the Journeyman disk into the computer. It will be cross-referenced with the historical log which was left behind and altered by the reality distortion wave. Knowing how, when, and where the past was changed should give you the information you need to restore the proper flow of history. A word of caution. Time is very sensitive to change. In order to keep from altering history further, try to solve the problems you encounter without changing anything.
Okay.
As a rule, a temporal protectorate agent should never interfere with any events of the past, never leave anything behind that came from a different time, never remove any historically significant objects from an environment, and above all, an agent should never interact with beings from another time zone.
All right. Never do a lot. Never, never. That's good to know. So she kind of told us when stuff goes down, head to the ready room, what to pick up, what to do. And then that there's a disc way back in the past that's like a record of the solid timeline. Okay. So that's how we can then go back into the future, compare the differences, and then go back into the past and fix it. Oh. Okay. I got it.
The Particle Accelerating Space-Time Transporter V1, otherwise known as Pegasus, was the brainchild of part-time historian and full-time physicist Dr. Elliot Sinclair. In 2311, after seeing Sinclair's time-bending experiments, the government contracted him to build a full-scale, operational time machine. The purpose of this device was to explore our past, as well as to discover the truth behind many disputed historical events. Just 4 years after the project was begun, the world's first time machine underwent its first test run. However, due to mounting concerns by individuals who believed that the machine would be used not only to explore history, but also to alter it, the test run would be the first and last time that the machine would be used for research purposes. The project was discontinued, and Sinclair was forbidden to ever work on time distortion projects again. Time travel, now a reality, the government secretly set up the Temporal Security Annex as a means to safeguard history from potential sabotage. You, the members of the Temporal Protectorate, are among the very few who know of its existence.
Okay. Ooh. Sounds important.
Dear God, it's finally happened. And with you of all people on duty, Gage. This is it. It all depends on you.
Your
Get to the
duty.
ready room. Let's do it.
Temporal rips detected, so we got to jump into the past so we can then see what's changed. Present 2318. That's crazy that the time machine got built so quick. Well, of course, once they discovered that, obvious that's what was going to happen. So we can't do anything here. We've watched all the background videos, so that should be a quick. I know we're in emergency state. We do have to hurry here. We're at 49 points. I mean, we have to hurry, but I think it's like 30 minutes or something. I've never run out the clock. I don't want to, but I do think it's possible. Alright, so we need to the ready room, go get our Pegasus chip that'll help us recall. I believe they said we're going to get a map chip. That's helpful later on. And again, old game, graphics are older. By the time you get to Journeyman Project 3, it's a little bit better. Journeyman Project 2 is a lot more advanced, but then still like a game from the later 90s. So, all right, here's our authorized personnel. Historical log access key.
Temporal RIP emergency confirmed. Initiating protocol. Access authorized for Agent 5, G.
That's
Blackwood.
me. A little hint to see how. Oh no, this is the key.
Hey, now that's nice. Birthday present?
take this. This is what we need to go back into the past and obtain our historical CD that will have all of the important information about everything. All on a compact disc. The future.
Temporal rip emergency confirmed. Access authorized for Agent 5G, Blackwood. Preparation complete for Mapping Biochip, Pegasus Biochip.
I hope the game audio isn't both too loud or too quiet, so tweaking it. So this is where I was going to say, this is interesting to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least agents. Right, there's our
These
discs.
are wonderful toys.
Yep. Map and Pegasus. Ooh, Cyborg 3 of 6 for our Steam achievement. That's all about collecting all the discs. You have to defeat the robots in a Gandhi manner, which means non-violent, to get the rest of the discs. Tip tip.
Temporal rip emergency mission in progress. Pegasus access authorization confirmed for Agent 5G, Blackwood. Prepare for biosuit encapsulation. Ultrasonic body type assessment. Mesomorphic. Infrascanning exact body dimensions.
Dang, too much information. It's like an airport security.
Please keep hands inside turbolift.
Pegasus catapult. Catapulted into the... Alright, so we'll walk on up to the Pegasus device. To get in, you gotta go to the right. Look for that Pegasus logo and you can head on in. Going to the past just to get away from the alarm.
Agent 5, do not attempt to leave Pegasus. TSA protocol strictly mandates that the Pegasus remain sealed from all outside contact once a temporal repair mission is initiated. Remember, this protocol exists to protect the TSA agent from the effects of temporal anomalies that may have occurred in the corrupted time stream.
Okay, so that's where you keep it on.
All right, Gage. The world has only one hope, and it's you. I pray that after the rip hits, TSA will still be here for you to transport back to. Good luck.
Whatever, Jack.
You must immediately activate Pegasus before the approaching temporal distortion wave reaches the present. You will be traveling back to the year 200 million BC to recover the Journeyman historical log. After obtaining the disk, you will initiate your auto-recall function, returning you to the Pegasus. Once you have returned, you must compare the corrupted and uncorrupted histories of the planet and determine the most likely origins of the distortions.
Okay, so we just gotta jump to the past, no big deal. Southeast Pacific Rim. And it's a little short of 200 million, whatever. Anyway, let's jump.
Help! We're new to this time traveling thing. The whole space-time continuum concept is actually quite simple. You see, Gage, space and time are actually just floating along in a big lava lamp.
A little call forward to the next episode. So here we go. We are in the past. Watch out for dinos. And watch out for walking off of cliffs. I'm just going to say that. There's no tracking available in pressurized environments. So backspace will bring up your chips, by the way. So this is our Pegasus chip to get back. Arthur, for his words of wisdom.
Have you been listening to me or what? I'm trying to help you out here.
And the items are on the other side, so...
Let's spread out.
What I want to do is you can go right here. And I'll do it a little bit. You could walk off this cliff, but... This is what inspired Jurassic Park.
I feel...
If you go up this way, there is a Stargate. Not really, but it's a tunnel, but it's not powered. So let's go deal with that. And we need to go into a cave.
Warning. Currently registering sound reverberations from what could be incredibly immense feet. There is a high probability that the feet belong to a proportionally large carnivore.
Carnivore? Arthur, anything?
Very intriguing, yeah?
Let's go look. Oh,
Currently detecting more biorhythms from a rather large...
This place gives me the creeps.
look at the eggs. Okay, I don't want to go towards the eggs because we would die. But there's the eggs. Oh, that's what happens when you walk against a wall. So we want to find the other cave. So earlier on there was a left we could have taken, so we're kind of backtracking. We came from that way. Now we're going to go this way. I know. It's a little lost up back here. Whoop. Take a right. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is feeling good. There we go. Here's another tunnel. And to the right, bada boom, bada bing. If you look on down, plus sign, there's a switch.
Go on. Pull my lever, punk.
Oh, I'll pull your lever. There you go.
Let's take a look outside.
That's it. Plain and simple for this one. This is the very initial, like, can you press the arrow keys? Can you press buttons and not get discouraged from falling off cliffs? Now, if we're going for Steam achievements, I think there's achievements for dying every which way, all of that stuff. You know, have fun. We're in it for the 500 points, which, by the way, we're currently at 79. I'm tracking that so when I screw it up and we don't do it right, we'll be able to go back and go, that's what we didn't click on, or we didn't listen to that joke, or something like that. But here we go. Now this is going to be powered up. Bada boom, bada bing. We're not done yet.
You know, I'd be willing to bet that's where they've stashed their loot.
Place hand on scanner for ID verification.
Okie dokie. You click on this without going to that cave first, it'll just go BD boop and not work.
Well, you can try it if you want. Just let me off here.
Oops. Don't look to... I got scared right there. I was like, I don't want to do that. Forward. Yeah, this was one of the first adventure games I ever played. I mean, what games did you like playing like this back in the 90s?
We're probably going to need a key.
I love that they've kind of made a comeback again. I would love for this one to get a remaster. I mean, that'd be awesome. Now here's the key. Let's drop that on in there. Ta-da!
Keep looking. I'm sure it's right under your nose.
Yeah, it's right here. I'm going to take that.
Agent 5, you have accomplished your mission and recovered the Journeyman historical log. You must now return quickly to the Temporal Security Annex and review the disk.
Okay, I don't really need a... Our energy bar went down like 1 finger. 1.5 fingers. And it's got to go all the way down. It's like 2 hours a time or something. Oh, but there are volcanoes.
Warning.
Uh-oh.
You are currently 124 meters above the rocky shoreline below. Please exercise appropriate caution and dexterity.
So this is where you go, wait a minute, what? Or you don't have to anymore. Just go to your Pegasus chip. That's the one we want, and we're going to recall from here. In the lava lamp of space. Downloading the mission information. Sweetness.
5. What are you doing joyriding in the Pegasus?
Colonel.
Your research reconnaissance mission was not scheduled until... Wait a minute, what's that uniform you're wearing? What's that look on your face? You have a lot of questions to answer, soldier. Once you have finished logging your report in the command center, I want to see you in my office immediately.
It's like we're in the mirror universe. But he still acts exactly the same, just different role. Exit the Pegasus. Head up to the command center. See what time differences happen, because we got to compare this disc to what's happening right now. And that's what we're going to get done today. We are currently at 104 points. Every video that you watch, all those things, it's basically getting 500 points is experiencing the game in almost every way possible, besides dying a lot. To each their own. Alright, so we're going to head on out. I'll bring you along for the ride, as they say. Alright, hopefully these robots don't mind that we're going to walk past them. Just don't look, don't look, don't look. Act like you're meant to be here. Alright. Good thing, like, in the time change, like, yes, the TSA thing protected us, but, I mean, that would just protect us in that little chair area. I wonder how big that bubble of protection is, this whole agency, because inside the agency changed. Anyway, asking too deep a question. So let's enter. Oh, look, it's a little CD drive. So let's pop that in there.
Checking for temporal discrepancies.
This is the true TSA before there was even a TSA. Just saying that. Okay, so we have discrepancies in NORAD in the Mid-Atlantic, at Morimoto Colony in Mars, Caldoria Airborne Metropolis in North America. That's interesting. World Science Center in Sydney, Australia. So here's all the places we can go, but first we need to just watch the log analysis. I'm going to watch the unaltered first, and then we're going to watch the altered.
May 15, 2112. The government of Gorbistan appears ready to agree to the terms of the Worldwide Unification Treaty being set forth by the United Nations. However, at least one terrorist faction disagrees with the terms of the plan and has expressed this disagreement by taking hostages. Nevertheless, it appears that the Worldwide Unification Treaty will be signed by Gorbistan and all other nations of the world.
Okay, so still drama. There were some hostages taken. We're not done with that. Let's listen to the altered version.
5/15/2112, 1400 hours. Today, amid negotiations to work out the final details of the Worldwide Unification Treaty, a nuclear missile was launched by the United States toward the country of Gorbistan. The missile, however, self-destructed before actually touching down. Before the scare, the leaders of this country appeared to be ready to accept the terms of the peace plan. Although the U.S. officials have repeatedly stated that they don't understand how the missile could have been launched, other foreign governments have already said that they cannot possibly sign a treaty with a country that would use such scare tactics. Thus, the Worldwide Unification Treaty, which has come so close to realization, now has little or no chance for ratification.
Ah, so it seems like they were changing the past to stop this whole world peace thing, but they launched a nuclear missile. That's intense. All right, Mars Colony. Unaltered first.
August 3rd, 2185. Early today, the pilot of a cargo shuttle approaching the Morimoto Mars Colony spotted an unidentified spacecraft in orbit over the colony. The sighting was verified by landing base scanners and immediately reported to Earth. Soon after, the ship sped off towards the outer reaches of the solar system. This first governmentally verified encounter with an alien race has already prompted the leaders of the world to start emergency closed-door meetings to discuss the implications of this monumental event.
That was like first contact with this species before they came for this peace summit. So what's the altered version?
8-3-2185, 0800 hours. Morimoto Corporation's Mars Colony project suddenly went offline last night, just moments after the pilot of a cargo shuttle spotted an unidentified spacecraft in the area. While it is still unclear what has happened, many believe that the colony may have been destroyed by a malevolent alien race.
Whoa.
Repeated efforts to contact the colony have met with no success, but before the comlink to the colony was terminated, the sighting of the alien spacecraft, its rapid departure, and a subsequent unexplained explosion were recorded by long-range sensors on Phobos and verified by Earth authorities.
Huh. Okay. So in this one, either the aliens were more violent or some other drama else went down at Mars. But we still have two more. So Caldoria, North America, unaltered.
More than a century after the first confirmed sighting of a UFO, aliens have finally made contact with Earth. Early this morning, a huge triangular-shaped vehicle entered into Earth's orbit. After 3 hours, the spacecraft came through the atmosphere and hovered over Caldoria. Moments later, the following message was transmitted over all communication frequencies.
We are the Sorolans. Please do not be alarmed. We have come because we feel that you are ready. You have reached a point where you are no longer dangerous to yourselves or others. This is why we've chosen to invite you to join us, the symbiotry of peaceful beings. We are an alliance of sentient beings whose objective is to benefit from the sharing of knowledge and culture. We know that it will take some time to fully comprehend the significance of this encounter, so we will give you the opportunity to deliberate our proposal. On this same day, 10 years from now, a Sorolan delegate will visit you to extend a formal invitation to join the symbiotry. Until then, we look forward to meeting you in person.
And as suddenly as they had appeared, the Sorolans departed, leaving Earth to ponder the implications of their existence and their incredible proposal.
Okay, so that was a little bit hard to hear, but it was basically they're almost coming to us like Starfleet in a way. Star Trek would be. They're a bunch of aliens. They believe we no longer will harm each other or others, and then they're going to come back in 10 years for this peace process. So that's interesting. Let's see what changed.
Today, 123 years after the first official UFO encounter, an alien spacecraft entered into Earth's orbit. After several hours of silence and mounting tension, the aliens transmitted the following message over all communication frequencies.
We will return when you are ready.
While no one is quite sure what this message means, many leaders have voiced concern about interacting with an obviously powerful and potentially dangerous alien race.
We'll return when you're ready. So it's just a lot less information. So anyway, 2310 World Science Center in Sydney, Australia, unaltered.
January 17th, 2310. The Symposium on Alien Contact began today at the World Science Center in New Sydney, Australia. The debate centered around whether humans are ready for interaction with alien races. One speaker, Dr. Enrique Castillo, had a particularly moving speech. Dr. Castillo embarrassed the naysayers by systematically shooting down their arguments and thrilled the attending scientific community with visions of medical and technological advances which could be gained by such interaction. Although there were strong keynote speeches on both sides of the argument, most of those in attendance appeared to be in favor of alien contact.
I know the graphics because this is old, but I miss that old mixture of in-game with real-life actors playing it out. I mean, I know today our graphics are good enough that we don't need it, but it's still fun. They're still around. I just, you don't see them all that often. Altered.
1/17/2310, 1800 hours. Dr. Enrique Castillo, a well-known biologist and advocate for establishing alien relations, was murdered earlier today.
Whoa.
During his speech at the Symposium on Alien Contact in New Sydney, Australia, Castillo was speaking on stage at the World Science Center when the single shot from an unknown assailant was fired. He was later pronounced dead on arrival at the Darling Harbour Medical Complex. The murderer is still at large. Dr. Castillo was the most outspoken at the debates and firmly believed that contact with alien races would be beneficial to humanity. Although his views were not mainstream, Dr. Castillo's contributions to the pro-alien movement will be greatly missed.
After I was alerted that you had the historical log, I began monitoring your actions. I just downloaded the information regarding the temporal distortions. I still can't believe it has really happened. I'm reviewing all of the information about this matter, but it's obvious I can't risk sending you back to change things now. My life in the only world I have ever known is at stake. And no one, no matter what the regulations say, is going to change it for better or worse. As of this moment, consider yourself a hostile enemy of the state. I'm sending robots 1 and 2 to guard the command center door until I can figure out how to dispose of you. I'm sorry, Agent 5, but once I destroy the historical log you brought back from the prehistoric site, the only memories of your world will be in your head. And that's where they're going to stay.
Dang. Okay, so he's gonna send the robots?
Initiating auto-activation of Contingency Program 13, which states, any attempt to obstruct a TSA agent while on a mission is a direct violation of TSA Regulation 11. Override code implemented. Attempting to establish link with Command Central Computer Core. I/O link established. Agent 5, you may now utilize the TSA Central Computer.
Nice.
Well, I guess you're on your own, buddy.
New target acquired. Rerouting robots.
No.
Rerouting
Restart
robots.
So they sent the robots after me. I could send them to the ready room, the main entrance, or the command center. Obviously,
New target
get out of
acquired.
here.
Rerouting robots.
Because we're going to need to jump, so we're going to need to get back to the ready room.
Rerouting robots.
Nice work, Gage.
All right. But I'm going to leave it on this cliffhanger. We're at 125 out of 500. We know the time has been changed. Stuff's going down, my friends. And I hope it wasn't too loud. Again, like it resets the sound effects and the ambience each time. I got to remember to turn that down a little bit. So again, it is what it is. I'm enjoying it, man. The nostalgia is real. We're getting into it now. We're going to be time jumping, fixing the past. Hopefully we can get past the robots. And my plan is to go to Mars first. So I'll see you next episode on the Red Planet. Well, here and then the Red Planet. But anyway, thanks for watching all. And appreciate the likes and the comments. So see you next time.